Happy Sunday, Frank. House of Orange, Tennessee. Baseball is able to salvage a series or salvage at least a win out of the series. Today's series was already in hand for Ole Miss, but Tennessee does bounce back. Gets a big win today, 13-5, but overall, not a great weekend for this team. There was some good. There was definitely some good this weekend. It's like Josh Elander said, they saved all the offense for today. If you'd had some offense yesterday, you would have won this series. But let's look at it. Let's hit the like, the share, the subscribe. Appreciate your support on that. Again, got in the hole, lost the first two games of the series, and let's look at the series stats, and then we'll kind of get a little bit more into things. One of the big highlights of the week or big positives was Stone Lawless back in the lineup and behind the plate today. He did a pretty good job today for them. Been out for, 12 games now, I believe it is. But, you look to pitching this weekend, there were some bright spots for sure on that. I'll talk about that here in a minute. Offense was pretty much non-existent until today, and then some dudes just flat out went off today. But let's look at the series stats here against Ole Miss. Offense, Henry Ford, 462, Grimmer, 455, Clark, 400, Abernathy, 333. I thought it was pretty interesting that Abernathy was on the bench today. He'd been playing better baseball, was 2 out of 6, had, he had a home run this weekend. He had a walk. He had a couple RBIs on the weekend, and then he was on the bench today. After that, you had some pretty rough weekends. Reese Chapman was 2 for 12. Garrett Wright, 2 for 13. Trent Grenlinger, 1 out of 11. And Manny Marin and Blaine Brown both 0 for 10 for the weekend. Now, Marin did draw 3 walks. Blaine Brown drew 2. The strikeout numbers were pretty high on the weekend as well. I mean, in total here, you had, 31 strikeouts for the weekend over 3 games. I mean, most of you can do that average. That's, a little over, that's basically 10 per game. That's way, way, way too much. I would like to see the left on, well, I can get that individually there. Pitching wise, Coons was lights out, man. 5 2/3, 5 hits, 10 strikeouts, run into a little bit of trouble early, pitched out of it. And then once he settled in, he rolled to end it. And then they brought in, he gave a base hit to Federico, in the 6th. Was almost through that inning as well. 96 pitches, which I'm thinking I saw was is his season high up to this point. He was relieved by Appenzeller, and we know how good Appenzeller's been up to this point. He got lit up yesterday on it. But looking at your starters, Coons gave up no runs, 10 strikeouts on the day, only 1 walk. That's excellent by him. 5 hits on the day. Evan Blanco was decent today. Went 6 innings, quality start there. 7 hits, 3 runs, 8 strikeouts. Landon Mack, I would venture to say his worst outing of the year Friday night. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs. Did have 5 strikeouts. I don't know. And he had a couple hit batters too. I kind of thought it was pretty evident early that he didn't have it. And I thought it was interesting. I think Josh Elander stuck with him a bit long on Friday. We've seen him pull other guys when they've struggled, but they rode Mack out. And then, hats off to some of the guys that came in, though. Nick Abraham, Will Haas, Chandler Day come in, Taylor Tracy, all those guys came in, did not give up any runs on Friday night. But, you kind of get what you get on it. The bullpen, you had some good, you had some bad, you had some ugly this week. Appenzeller, again, his toughest outing to date on that. And I still like that combination of Coons, Appenzeller. But, of course, we saw Appenzeller last week against Mississippi State on Friday night. He relieved Mack. And, but the one thing Brady Frederick, 1/3, 1 hit, 2 runs, 2 earned. He did have a strikeout. I don't know, man. He gets hit pretty hard in SEC play. I just don't feel like it's worked out there a whole lot. He's done some good. Don't get me wrong on that, but a lot of the time they're getting hit pretty hard on it. To me, really a key with this bullpen, but I don't know that it's going to get fixed this year, is Braden Krenzel. If they could get him back going. He pitched against UNC Asheville the other night, win an inning, no runs, but he had, a walk, a wild pitch, gave up a hit. So there's definitely some issues there with him. Man, if they could get him going and get him fixed, it would be huge for this bullpen. I think that's a big missing piece right now. Bo Rudy's been really good. Bo Rudy closed it out today. Brandon Arvidsson, I mean, he was okay. 2 innings. I don't know, 2 hits, 2 runs, 4 strikeouts. Arvidsson's really been up and down this year a lot. And I'm just kind of curious to see how they go there with him. But yeah, he's still going to be a vital part. I mean, you're going to see Arvidsson and Appenzeller on the weekends. There's no doubt. And then you got to get Bo Rudy in there somewhere. Again, it would be huge, in my opinion, if you could get Braden Krenzel going. And honestly, I don't think they're using him enough midweek right now to try to work him out of it. Just 1 inning. I'd like to see him go a few innings, see if he could work his way out of it. There's a point, and it would be a tough decision. It could be a crash and burn, or it could look brilliant if you brought him in a big situation on a weekend. Now, like it has happened, it could crash and burn. Or, man, if you could get him through a big situation, an inning or something, let him start a clean inning, see how he does on it. And maybe that would boost his confidence back up. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be able to rely on with him, to be honest with you, the rest of the way, at least weekend-wise. But I think it's pretty big that, you're starting to see confidence in guys like Chandler Day, Will Haas coming in. But, to me, too, the biggest thing with the pitching staff that's standing out right now was, of course, Coons was predominantly your Friday night guy. They put him in the bullpen against Vanderbilt. He came out of the bullpen, pitched really good. He was back in the rotation last weekend, really good against Mississippi State, and he was excellent yesterday against Ole Miss. I think that's big for him. We see it when he's on. It's hard to find a better pitcher than him around. You could say the same with Mack when he's on. He's really good as well. He's had a couple tougher weekends right now. He was really good against LSU. Was pretty unfortunate to not, the bullpen blew that one for him as well. There's just a lot of issues that just when you think this team gets going in the right direction, then, they drop 2 out of 3. Pitching got hit. Certain guys got hit Friday and Saturday pretty hard. And then just the offense was non-existent on those 2 days. Didn't give anything a chance. Again, if you'd have had some offense Saturday, I think that would have changed things a whole lot right there. But, that's kind of where we're at right now. And, kind of looking at the lineup and the batting averages there, a lot of it you've only got as far as your everyday guys. Of course, Grinlinger's now an everyday dude at DH, and he catches what he caught midweek against UNC Asheville. Garrett Wright's over 324, Henry Ford 309, Grimmer 301 right now. And then, after that, Manny Marin's average, he was up in the 330s. It's down to 287, Chapman to 283, Stone 254, Abernathy 238, Blaine Brown down to 229. Man, I expected a lot more out of Blaine Brown. I'm not going to lie about that. And you guys can go back and listen to it, those of you that heard me. And I don't know, man, this is one of those cases where it's a guy that's got to do some adjusting. And we've seen it. We've seen it over the years. You think back with Blake Burke, his sophomore year, where he struggled some. He come alive at the end of the year and had some really big hits. And then his junior year, he was awesome that year. Christian Moore even had some struggles sophomore year. We'll see how these guys adjust next year. Guys like Levi Clark, guys like Blaine Brown, some of these dudes that'll be back here are not draft eligible here as well. And, we'll see how all that goes too. But, at least you got to win out of the weekend. But, man, some of these series at home, they've had a tough go at it at home this year in SEC play. Looking at the schedule right now, I want to go back to the results. You lost the series against – let me just get the whole schedule up here right now. I mean, it's pretty amazing to me the number of series they've lost at home this year. I mean, they lost to Kent State at home, lost that series, took 2 out of 3 against Wright State. Then you get in SEC play. Now, I'm going just in general here. You should have won the Georgia series. You dropped 2 out of 3 in that one after you got the first one. They did win the Missouri series after losing on Friday night, come back and won the last 2. Vanderbilt, you lost all 3 in walk-off fashion. Easy, a few breaks here and there, they could have won that series. LSU series, I mean, it was the 2 games they lost, they had leads and blew them. So you lose that one, swept Mississippi State, and then this weekend lost 7-4, 8-1, 13-5 win today. So Tennessee with only 2 series wins on the year, and, it easily could have been 5 if you look at it. Yeah, I don't know that there's anything you can say that they should have won this series this weekend. Ole Miss pretty much handled them, but there's not been another series that they shouldn't have won, to be honest with you. So moving forward now, the remaining schedule that we've got, you got Lipscomb Tuesday at home, Alabama in Knoxville next weekend, West Georgia, you're at Kentucky the first weekend of May. Presbyterian comes in May 5th. Texas at home, May 8th through 10th. Belmont at home, May 12th, Tuesday. That'll be the final midweek non-conference game. And then Oklahoma on the road to close the season. Not an easy schedule left by any stretch of the imagination. And this team's got to win some series. They got to win some series. I don't think you can drop the rest of your series and feel comfortable with getting into the tournament this year. I really don't. And they're going to look back on there's some series they should have taken. And I think they're in right now. But if you have a rough stretch to end it, there might be a little bit of sweating there. You might have to go in and have a pretty good showing in the SEC tournament at that point and see how it goes. And that, I would definitely, when they get in the SEC tournament, look at trying to get Krenzel and some of these guys some confidence back if they haven't already with it. But again, just an up and down team, especially on offense. Pitching is, I feel like, normally pretty good. But, we have those moments where it's just like, what the heck happened here? And, outside of Coons and some of your younger guys, of course, Bo Rudy's been pretty much money most of the time this year. Outside of those performances, it was a pretty rough weekend all around, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought Blanco was pretty good. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not giving him enough credit. He did a good job today with a quality start. Got it to Arvidsson and Rudy to finish it. But you can't let Alabama come in and win that series next weekend. You have got to win that series next weekend. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they do with the lineups. And move forward with it. The bottom line is you've got to win some series. And there's not an easy one left, no doubt about it. I'll do a portal update for basketball tomorrow. I just frankly want to watch WrestleMania right now. Got this out a little bit later than expected, but that's all right too. This is Frank. This is the House of Orange. I'll see you. Want to see you.